seem to lives don't seem to do anything on Instagram, but we're still there anyway, and we're also going to be on TestTube, I mean YouTube, and so as quick as we get that stream going, Keith, can you see? Are we live there now on
I don't
Facebook?
know. It shows live on the screen, but I don't.
Okay, there we are. We're good. All right, cool. All right, there we are. I am so excited. I got a half dozen of my best friends. Of course, I count me in that half dozen because I like me a lot. But anyway, so welcome to Testosterone Tuesday. This is where we have some fun, and we talk about a lot of things, all things testosterone. So if you happen to have testosterone, you raise your hand. Okay, and that should actually be everybody has testosterone. Ladies, you too. I mean, so it's not just us. But we're going to talk about something that probably seventh graders would giggle about, and it's getting up to 3-4 times a night or more, and even during the day. Tomorrow I'm going golfing first up in the morning, and I know that out on the course a couple guys will find a tree or two. So we're going to be talking about that topic. Yes, it might not be your bladder, right, guys? It could be your sleep. It could be your hormones. And it could just be your general metabolism in play. So, who said that it's because you're getting older? I mean, come on, guys, that's not it at all. So, Keith, what actually happens to testosterone while we're sleeping? I'm going to throw you a science question at you, our resident science man. Oh, he took off. Well, good. You don't get the answer. We'll throw that to.
He needs a refill.
We'll throw that to Mikey. Mikey, you're the resident expert from the ambulance guy. What really are we talking about with the hormones and testosterone? How's that come into play with sleep? And you're muted. He's eating too, I think. He's still off. Okay, we'll go back to Keith. Keith, as you play with your glass there. Talk about sleep and testosterone.
That's what rebuilds your testosterone, is getting your body the rest it needs.
So if you aren't sleeping,
if you're not sleeping, you're doing so many different forms of harm to your body. Your body doesn't allow itself to reset and start building the things it needs. Oh, I think we lost Mike.
Oh, Mike fell off? Oh, where'd Mike go? Gosh, okay, he'll come back.
He's having some problems.
Yeah, there you go. So, Coop, hey, when should men stop blaming age and start asking questions?
I think as young as you can. The idea is that there's a scenario out there or like a story out there that it is age, but it really has to do with so much more, and metabolic health and repairing your body at night. And like Keith said, sleep is key to start getting things back in order and repairing things.
Yeah, exactly. So Todd, have you noticed getting more sleep, getting more rest? Is that helping?
This is a good visit for me because I've never discussed this subject. I've been one of those people that, with the conditions I've had, I've been sleep deprived my whole life. And now that I'm on this, yes, I'm getting better sleep. I'm sleeping more, but I still have, I don't know, it's a pattern where at least one night a week, I can't go to sleep. And then the next night, I'll be out. So I know I'm catching up on the sleep, but I have been deprived my whole life.
And Mike, when you were in the back of the ambulance, did you ever were you ever in a position where you had to stop to go, or did you just diaper it up? I mean, tell me about what that was like.
You held it up. You just did what you had to do. When a call came at 3:00 in the morning, there was always a quick bathroom break, then off to the races, And I will tell you, speaking of sleep, my doctor always told me that my insomnia was because of my shift work disorder from being a 24-hour firefighter paramedic. Well, what I found out was that was false. About a month and a half into using the 3-step reset, I actually fell asleep on duty in my bed, woke up for the first time in like 20 years when my alarm went off. I woke up not knowing where in the world I was.
Really?
When I realized I was at work, I was in a, like, holy cow, I slept through the night. Did I miss a call? Luckily, it was one of the rare nights we didn't have a call. But from then on out, I made sure all my alert pages were turned all the way up. And I've been pretty much sleeping through the night ever since then. When I do longer fasts, I have more energy.
Oh,
So
I'm losing you.
3 hours of sleep. It's crazy when I do a longer fast how I'm just wired and have so much energy, from all those ketones. So yeah.
Well, James, when you were working in construction, did you ever have that sense of urgency, or did you ever just have it at night, or how did that affect you?
I know. I mean, it was, earlier on, it's not an issue. And then as I got older and poor health and heavier weight and stuff, then it became an issue. But construction site wasn't a problem. We always, things you're required to have around there. And one of them's an outhouse, potty house, whatever you want to call it,
Got it. Okay. And Coop, you're back. How about you in your work? Were you ever bothered during the day, or was it just at night?
Bathroom wise?
Yeah.
I got knocked out. Sorry, guys. Mainly at night, like just having struggles throughout the night.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I was like, my thing was, you guys with my numbers, when I was banging the heck out of 834 fasting blood glucose, and I was doing audits across the state. Okay. I was feeding the bladder by gallons, right? Because I knew every place where I could get a sippy cup every 4 hours for a subscription. And so I knew where every one of those was, okay? I didn't even bother going to the counter. I had my own cup, and they just, every one of the stores knew me. And so I'd grab another one, and I'd be off of the deal. But I also, in the car, had a juice jug with a handle that I cleaned out, and I threw some pine sol in it or whatever. And that was my literally go to going down the road. And if I couldn't get off the side and get pulled out and literally pulled out, I was pushing the seat back and doing the juice pan bedpan combination. I mean, that's how desperate I carried extra clothes in the car. But would you think for once I'd give up my Dr. Pepper, or do you think I'd give up for once my watermelon or my grapes or my sippy cups? Once? No. I just like, okay, I just got a rhythm. You just get a rhythm, and like, okay, every 2 hours, kind of like swing low, swing chariot, and you just chalked it up as what? I'm just getting older.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a bunch of poppycock, isn't it, Keith?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I literally had gotten so bad that during the day, during the night, it didn't matter. I could tip up a drink and I might as well stand right in front of the urinal.
Yeah.
As fast as it was going in, it was coming right back out.
Yeah, and the hard thing is, I don't know if any of you guys will like this, chime in, but back in the day when I was doing a lot of Cerveza, I should have bought stock in Bud. I'm just telling you, okay? Because I could do a 12-pack in an easy, and I wouldn't go to the bathroom. I was like a sponge. Is anybody else like that at all? Mike, you at all?
Until you go to the bathroom once, then it's every other turn.
Sorry, Keith, go ahead.
Until you go to the bathroom that first time, then it was game on. Seemed like every beer you were in the bathroom.
So
Michael,
that was the other thing my doctor told me. Yeah, I could definitely in my college days hold my own in more than one way. But when I told my doctor not only about my insomnia, I told him how many times I was frequently in the bathroom at night. He says that is your age. Like, I really don't want to live like this. But I guess, but then again, the first time I slept through the night, I didn't use the bathroom either 45 times. So I'm like,
Yeah.
why is my doctor telling me this? Because he doesn't know.
Right. Right. And Todd is a type
It's got
1.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah, Todd is a type 1. Does it affect you the same? Do you have the multiple frequency at night at all or not?
I have a bladder that can expand beyond belief, and I can do a 2-minute piss if I have to. So,
Yeah, you stored up.
right. And so if I've got high blood sugars, yes, but I'll also compensate with I'm now thirsty if I'm peeing a lot. And then other times if I'm dehydrated, yes, I'll drink a lot and I'm absorbing that water and not going so much. But I probably go maybe twice during the night or none at all. But it's I'm standing there for a minute at least.
Okay. So you guys, how much now that you guys are on the protocol, just jump fast forward. Do you get up once or most of the time not at all? What's your most of the time I sleep through, quite frankly. I mean, and you guys, I describe myself as a ninja sleeper. I mean, I go to bed and I don't move. I mean, I'm dead. There's no wrinkling, there's no pulling the covers, there's no noise, and then I wake up. That's kind of how I am. So I don't have that too. But James, how is your sleep? How have you modified at all with the protocol?
Since being on the protocol, which is over a year now, I maybe get up once, if at all, once a night, if at all, and go to the bathroom. But that's a far cry better than in my previous years.
Yeah, Coop, how about
I've done
you?
multiple times.
Coop,
Yeah,
what do you
I
like
mean,
now?
It's literally none. I mean, if I do, I'm actually surprised. It's gone to almost zero. Sleeping through the night now.
Great. Keith, what about how's it playing with you?
Very, very rarely do I ever get up once I lay down until it's morning time and I get up and there's times I've even jumped out of bed and it may be a half an hour before I go to the bathroom.
Sure. Yep. Mikey, how about you? There we go.
Sign language.
Sign language.
hear me?
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Cool. So here we're gonna take a real quick break, taking a little advertising break, and I always like to have one of the first ones we have as advertising is I like to talk about the electronic component of this world, and I'm gonna it's always James and Keith that get to go. So James and Keith, one of the two of you, talk to us about Signal.
I'll let James handle it.
To me, Signal's best thing since sliced bread. Honestly, for me, it has done wonders for my AFib that I suffer with, atrial fibrillation. It's all but made it non-existent for me, and that's saying a lot because I've had 2 ablations to try to correct it and was on medication all of my adult life for it. So nothing really completely controlled it, but believe it or not, Signal has done it for me.
Well, that's awesome. We love it. Congratulations.
I'm thankful. So thankful.
Absolutely. And it's great that it's great that our science is so strong in the research of bringing things together, isn't it?
They have the right combination of
Definitely.
Ingredients in this, and they for
I
me
mix
they knock
one
it out
up
of
with
the park.
every tea.
Yeah. I'm about it. I pretty much do that as well, Keith. I throw it in all the time. You can't. It's not something you get too much of, and if you do get more, then it just sloughs off anyway, right?
Yep, exactly.
So I mean, that's how it's going to play out. So one of the things we're going to look at thousands of people are looking for a magic bullet and that kind of stuff. And want to talk real quick, looking at the latest research that we just had. And the latest research study that just came out proves something that is really exciting, is that we don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Think about that. We don't have to be perfect. And did you know that they took a group of people that volunteered? Okay, there was 200 people in the study. Have you heard about the study? Hey, Mike, nice. Look at that background. Holy cannoli. I get excited about stuff, guys. Mike,
Like a
you're
brand
gonna
new
learn.
car.
I'm the squirrel. I get all excited about all kinds of things. But on this latest study that just came out, it's so exciting because it proves we don't have to be perfect. And what happened was there was 200 people that volunteered for this study. Okay, real people, not rats, not laboratory animals. Now, in volunteering, they did not have to go to a laboratory. They didn't have to go to a clinic. They didn't have to go anywhere special. They just started on our 3-step reset comeback protocol, right? They just started on the same thing that we're taking. And they recorded everything that way, right? I mean, they went through it, but they weren't being told they had to do any kind of elimination diet. They weren't restricted at all. They could eat however they wanted, do this, that, the other. They were encouraged to maybe do a 16-hour intermittent fasting. They were encouraged to do that. What that means is you sleep, you don't eat for the 12 hours you're sleeping, and you add a couple more, that makes 16. You got 8 hours a day to darn eat. Come on. Okay. I mean, that's all they're talking about. So in that group, after 90 days, there was a really, really, really cool results. And one of the results was that people lowered their risk factor from diabetic to pre-diabetic. If they were pre-diabetic, they went to normal. So the people did that. But here's the real kicker. Only 28% actually did it all the way through following the protocol. And the average was still 10 pounds of weight for the group. The average was 0.8 lowering of the HbA1c. The average was loss of 2 inches. And only less than a third actually followed the actual agenda, the actual protocol, the actual way that they weren't compliant. I guess that's my word.
Yeah, they weren't consistent and compliant.
Yeah. And isn't that exciting? I mean, it should be exciting for anybody that's listening to this. It sure is exciting to me because we don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys weigh in on that.
It's like George said, it's not like going to boot camp. You can still live life and enjoy yourself and enjoy 98% of the same foods. We just eat it in a little bit different order and sip the tea and the fiber. And I'm not 100%, sometimes of what is in it, but it works. It works.
Food freedom is what I like to call it.
Food freedom.
Yeah, food freedom.
Exactly.
People
I
look
can eat
at me.
that 2 slices of pizza and not feel guilty and be all depressed that, oh my God, I ate pizza. I know what's going to happen. Because that doesn't happen anymore.
No, I still eat ice cream. I still eat my Mexican food. I still eat all that stuff. Do I make a little smarter choices most of the time?
The only person I can hear is you, George.
I can hear Mike.
Okay.
I can hear Mike.
Okay, good. So, I had to switch devices because I think my computer was not functioning properly. So, so having food freedom is very powerful. People ask me all the time, how did you do it? I go, I did it with a simple metabolic reset. I was stuck for 20 years being large and in charge, over 200, right around 280 pounds. And when I lost 80 pounds in 6 months, everybody just looked at me different. They all thought I was doing the shot, and I was not doing the shot. I was doing this. And, from my results on Facebook, in fact, it's kind of ironic how Mr. Coop got here. Mr. Coop got here from me just sharing and me changing. It's a different conversation when people ask you what's going on. Mr. Coop is 3 people away from the first person I sold the box to. And it's just insane on how this thing really works and changes your life. Hey, George, I'm going to sell you a widget.
Okay.
You're automatically put your defenses up. But when you come to me and say, what are you doing? That's a whole different story.
Exactly.
Well, and isn't it funny, Mike, how you've had similar changes like I've had.
Mhm.
And anybody that sees you, the first thought in their head is either A, you're sick, what's going on?
Yep.
Or B, are you taking the injection?
Yeah, and Todd, that's you, wasn't it? What did you think when you saw me?
It was, guys, I saw him 15 years earlier at another get-together at University of Iowa. And, yeah, he said he was, roly-poly, whatever names he called himself. And he was just a short, roly-poly guy. And when I saw
gravity
him
challenge. I had a gravity challenge.
last fall, when I saw him in August, he was just he looked trim, the weight was gone, and I could tell that he was in shape. And I just said, what are you doing different? Oh, let me talk to you about something. Todd, you're a type 1 diabetic. This might be perfect for you. But also, George, you asked me questions about how I was doing in my diabetes first before you told me. I just knew there was a huge change in you.
Yeah, exactly. And
James, I'll tell you 3 months.
Yeah, James, in terms of are you following the diet or not even a diet? Are you following the protocol perfectly? I mean, do you do you care about what you eat or just think about it? You put it in order? How does that work, James?
Well, we definitely, of course, my wife keeps me in line. There's no secret to that. She's the driving force behind all this. But we still eat good. We like you all have said, we make smarter choices. I stay away from the obvious sugar overloads that I used to indulge in, which we probably all do. But we do our protocol religiously. We do a fiber before everything we eat, every meal, not just one. We do, a couple teas. I do the signal regularly, and the rest takes care of itself. We try to be healthy, but in today's society, try is all you can do. Unfortunately, with the fast pace, the lives that we live, the food options that we have.
Yeah, and Coop, you got Coop with you. Do you? Whoops, he fell off. Okay, he fell off. We'll come back to that. And so, Mike, I know that you're doing great. I know Keith, you're doing great. So let's talk about the fiber. Who wants to? Mike, you want to be the fiber? All right, you can be the fiber guy. Talk to us about it.
Well, I will tell you, it's a game changer for me. I suffered with IBS for most of my life. Loved my parents to death. I will never shame them for overprescribing me antibiotics as a kid. I was a very sick kid. I now know why, because my diet was mostly carbohydrates. But I was getting sick all the time, and so I'd always go to the doctor, strep throat, upper respiratory. And I was given so many antibiotics that it destroyed my gut. And I thought I had to live like that for the rest of my life. The fiber has changed that. But it's not only the fiber, it's learning about how the body heals during digestive rest periods. The fiber in combination with digestive rest periods is a game changer. And when you consume our fiber packet, it is equivalent to 6 cups of broccoli, 5 apples with a peel, and 2 cups of black beans. You go to the grocery store and price that out, you can't come close to $1.70. That's what our fiber matrix costs, is $1.70 a packet. Even if you double it up like I've been doing lately just to continue the healing process, you can't pay $3.40 for that much food. It's insane to think, and it is just a total game changer in
really
gut health.
does. It really, really does. And if you guys and it makes one thing we haven't talked about, but it makes it smooth gluten pooping. I mean, have you noticed that you're more regular? And there's the thing called ghost poop, and we joke about it 7th grade, but it just closes out nice and smooth, no big deal, hardly any trace. So that's called Todd's learning the coach's talk here. But anyway,
like it never existed.
In my case, I've always had hard creps, and I'd tear my rear end all the time. And it was something on my diet. I didn't know. Especially if I had high blood sugar, then I would be dehydrated, and then it would get worse. But since going on this, after a couple days, haven't had that problem ever since.
Nice. We love it. So, James, I'm going to ask everybody. Here's going to be a question for you all. And I'm going to start with James. What bedtime habit gives you the biggest return? What bedtime habit, whatever you define your bedtime or getting ready for bed, what gives you the best return for a good night's sleep, sleeping through that kind of thing? So we'll start with you, James.
I don't know that I can say it's a bedtime routine, but doing the protocol, I mean, it's just changed everything for me. I don't my gut's healed up now. It's the best it's ever been in my life. I don't have to run and urinate throughout the night like I used to, or during the day for that matter. I feel like I'm a more regular in both aspects now than I've ever been. So it's just all thanks to the protocol that we're doing. I'm able to go to bed and stay in the bed rather than up and down multiple times.
Sure. Okay. Keith, we'll go to you, buddy.
James said it best when the protocol is amazing. I went from being lucky if I could get 2 hours of sleep sequentially, and between that, I make sure I don't turn my phone off, but I shut it down basically, and I doze off to sleep like I feel like I'm back as a kid when you could literally just lay down and blink, you're out. No fuss, no muss.
Yep, sleep in the back window of the car. Oh, you guys all wore seatbelts, didn't you? But back. No. And Mikey, what about you? I keep calling you Mike. I shouldn't call you Mike. I should call you Michael.
You can call me Mike, Mikey, or Michael, or Smith, or Schmitty, whatever. I've been called a lot worse over my 54 years in life, so I am flexible, Mr. George.
There you go.
So I will tell you, when I started falling asleep at night, I thought there was something wrong with me. I'm like, why am I going to bed and nodding off right away? I would normally spend a little time on my phone, search social media, just to wind the brain down. And I would even have those glasses on, the blue blockers, and they look like fancy yellow like sports glasses.
Wow.
And just to be on my phone to block the blue light. Now I am blessed to totally lay in bed and 99% of the time just go right to sleep. I found out that if I do have a little bit of carbohydrates with dinner, even in proper food order, it does affect my sleep. So if I'm going to have any carbohydrates, I keep it for an earlier meal.
Okay. And James, how about you? What have you found that's helped?
You've already hit me up
All
once.
right, hit you. Okay, I just keep watching. Okay, so what a couple of things that I found went along with the protocol, what I've added to help lower the cortisol, lower the stress, the cortisol is I don't have the phone. I don't have the phone in the room. I don't have the phone in the room. In fact, it's in the office in the basement. I don't have a TV. I've never had a TV in the bedroom, but I don't have that. I've pretty much gotten rid of all those lights. I think that's for me, and then knowing that we've lowered our intake, it's been, by the time we go to bed, it's been 4, 5, 6 hours. I think that helps get the bottom down. Then doing the method or doing a little meditation or whatever it is for yourself to calm your brain down. And that sometimes is hard for all of us. I know it because we're so anxious to get going to the next to help and do, what are we going to do and how that works. But working on pulling that together to slow ourselves down rather than watch Die Hard and then go to bed. It's just like something to slow the body down helps to smooth it into it. And then, so when we talk about it that way, when you get up, let's see who's next for that guy. Hey, talk about the Unamate, buddy. Talk about what the Argentinians travel with. Keith, it's you're up. You're the guy.
What the Argentinians travel with?
Yes.
The Unamate is, I was that guy that I had a Mountain Dew sitting on my nightstand. And I would wake up and finish it and immediately grab for another one. And I was by the time I hit 8 o'clock in the morning, I was already starting to nod off. And that's when I first noticed that, I was always told, you got to do this to keep your metabolism up. Well, for me, it was the exact opposite. Every time I ate something, I felt like I wanted to go take a nap. And the amount of sustained, constant, non-spiking energy you get from the chlorogenic acid and the theobromine and is just, you don't realize just how bad off you are until you're not.
Until you're not, exactly. And if you didn't know about the Argentinians, the world soccer team, they travel with 1,500 pounds of Uramate.
Wow.
Of the team.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
You see them sipping those little mugs, the little cups of that straw. That's what's in there.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Apparently
I did.
George
Yeah, George did. I certainly didn't know.
But yeah, so that was part of their deal. They travel with that. And so one thing about that, I'm just going to talk on that for half a second, is that people say, what's just a tea? No, it is, but it's processed differently. And if you really want to look at the teas you're drinking that aren't tea we drink, ours is processed, handpicked, chosen at site for manufacturing, tested, processed so make sure that there's nothing in there. So it's tested again, and it's third-party tested before it goes into the satchel. Okay, there's no metals, there's no toxics, there's no mold, there's no mildew, there's no plastics.
Carcinogens.
If you're drinking one of those little tea bags, and pick a number, anything, look at what those tea bags are made out of. Look at your microplastics. Look at there's a gazillion different things, and every one of our satchels has an acceptance number, has its own batch number on there. And that's exactly, thanks, Mike. That's all they are. And so we can trust this, what you're getting. You know what we're getting. We know how it's processed. The other day, we were just told on a call that our manufacturer, and we control everything in the process. The manufacturer rejected $50,000 of raw material because it didn't meet the standard. So it wasn't going to go in. There's no cutting of anything on this. So you start looking at just the raw materials that we get to ingest, and they care about us. And that's a real thing on that. So perfect. So
yeah, meeting the owner of the company was one of the most amazing things that I've ever done. And to hear him face to face is a lot different than watching anything, recorded. And they are seriously on a 1% mission to save lives throughout the world. And they're going to do whatever it takes, and it's just amazing to know that they care that much that they're willing to throw away or send back $50,000 worth of raw material and make us wait. Whenever there's a delay or whatever, we and our customers get a little antsy, but it's only because they truly care about our health.
Quality first. Absolutely. All right. So here we are. We're going to kind of get into the lightning round. 1 minute, 1 sentence answers. Okay. Everybody ready? 1 sentence answers. And we'll go James, Mike, Keith, and Todd. We'll go around like that. Okay. Question number 1. What's the biggest sleep mistake? Biggest sleep mistake. James.
Probably that cell phone you carry around with you all the time.
Very good. Michael.
Having a TV in your bedroom, which I do not. I haven't had a TV in my bedroom for years.
Keith.
Eating too late at night.
Okay. And Todd, give us your best thought. What's the biggest sleep mistake?
Like I said, sleep deprived. It's always, and I still don't have regular hours. It's once I stay up past a certain window, then it's tough to go to sleep. I can say now with my age and being on this protocol, if my head hits the pillow, usually, except for one night a week, I'm out pretty fast.
Good. Perfect. All right.
So go at a proper time.
Okay. What's the most overlooked hormone thief? What's the most overlooked hormone thief? And James.
Lack of sleep, probably.
Okay. And those stress, cortisol. Okay. Michael.
I'm going to say all the refined and artificial man-made chemical sugars, like modified food starch and maltodextrin.
Okay. Keith.
Oh, Lord. I would have to agree with both James and Mike. I mean, it stems down to if you eat too late, your body's fighting you to go to sleep. And if you're not sleeping, you're breaking down. You're not healing.
Yep. Glucose and the cortisol goes right hand in hand. Todd, what do you think is the most overlooked hormone thief?
I don't know.
Very good. Fair enough. That's a good answer. So what's the best bedtime habit, James?
Best bedtime habit is try to prepare for bed, to sit down and unwind a little while before you go in and lay down.
All right, Michael.
I say no screen time, no blue lights, and if you have LED lighting in your home, those actually can wreck your sleep. So you want to make sure you don't want to have the daylight. You want to have the cool white. You want to have the amber light, because that red light helps us sleep. Blue light keeps us awake. So red light,
blue light, green light. Yeah. Keith,
shut that dang phone off.
Okay. Todd, what can you do to help you get more sleep?
Go to bed at a proper time.
Very good. All right.
Get in the plan.
Set an alarm and make yourself go to bed. Put yourself on a schedule. What's the best first step for someone tomorrow morning? Best first step for someone tomorrow morning, James.
I would say once your feet hit the floor, do some stretching, something to pick up the heartbeat and get that blood flowing.
Michael.
I like 5 minutes of meditation and prayer before my feet hit the floor. So I just contemplate, I focus, I think of all the positive things that's going on in my life, and I have moments of gratitude. And I think that brings down my cortisol and stress level from the alarm going off. And lately, I've been sleeping so well, and I put myself, like you said, George, on a schedule. I am waking up without my alarm most
Yep.
days.
Absolutely. Keith.
I would say you get up and move. The more you lay there and dwell on things, is get up and greet the day with a smile.
There you go. Perfect. Todd.
It's exactly what I was going to say. Get up and move. Get your mind gets off of things, and once your body gets exercising a little bit, then everything seems different, and you got the energy.
Perfect. One of the things I've done, guys, that I've added on purpose. Yes, gratitude. I think of that. I look over. I have a big smile on my face. You know that. But then I go here. Inside. I do by way of Mel Robbins. I don't know if you've heard of Mel Robbins, but she has a 5-second rule. And so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you go. And if you haven't done that, if you have difficulty, people that are watching and listening to us when they see this and replay and things, put that in your play. Put that in you say, I'm going to tomorrow morning, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
George, I thought it was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put off today what I can do tomorrow.
No, that's where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You keep counting. Come backwards. You got to go backwards to make it all work. So, guys, I really appreciate it tonight. We're kind of getting right up there towards the time. I think we've had a pretty good discussion tonight about the midnight run, and we've all been able to show and prove that we've been able to conquer that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Since really this is my first or second time being on it, this group, have any of you had the whatever, where you can't pee as you get older, the prostate problems? Have any of you had prostate problems, and has it gotten better since you've been on the protocol? Or is
I
that
did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
I did have some when this is probably a year ago now. Well, longer than a year ago. It was before I went in the hospital, but yeah, I had an enlarged, and it seems to have cleaned itself right up. I don't have any issues anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I would say that too. That's been an improvement for me as well. So next week we're going to look into some pharmacy stuff. We're going to look into the effects of drugs and testosterone.
We're going to be trying
things that are limiting and interfere with testosterone. That's going to be next week. That'll be episode 16. All right. Anything else? Anybody else? Todd, you got one more question, or are you good for tonight?
Good. Yep.
Perfect. Guys,
Thank you.
love you. You'll get a copy of this recording, and I'll see you on the next call. All right?
Thank you, George. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.